Well, I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning and SHOWTIME was at my door saying, nah, man. I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Every day I wake up, the first thing I do is hop on the scale to check my weight. I'm 70 on the dot. Going out of town last week, want to at least be 10 pounds over. So it's only a few more pounds to lose. 3.5 weeks out, I'm good.
Usually I come at night, but they were out last night. This is a kale salad. This is his portion. He can have this at any time. Pine nuts. Hey, baby. And this is the basil vinaigrette dressing and pine nuts and carrots, so he can have that anytime. He has 2 of these.
She's my next door neighbor. She's been cooking for me for this training camp. She brings me lunch and dinner. So far, man, the weight's been falling off. We're right on track.
Steamed broccoli, salmon cake. His dessert's kale.
Try to get everything together. Ready for this win.
Jason Welborn, he's an adorable guy, man. I can't overlook him, and he's getting the opportunity that probably any fighter right now is wanting.
You can't take
anybody for granted, and I'm nervous because at one time Jarrett was a unknown person, and he came up and showed out. So you never know.
That's how Jarrett got to where he is.
Oh yeah, definitely be doing chores over here. Still vacuuming, still cut the grass, still cleaning the bathrooms. Ain't nothing changed. Just because you become world champion, don't mean mom will let that house stay there.
Hey, Jarrett, where you going?
Put it in my room.
I used to work at the Washington Post before I retired. That's when he first won the title from Tony Harrison.
Yeah, man, all the trophies on my wall, it still brings back memories that are unforgettable, It was a time where it was just one picture up there. See here, right here? This is all my memorabilia, These the fights I've won the world world champion in. When I fought Tony Harrison, here's the hand wraps when I fought Laura. The gloves I fought Laura in. Voila. My 3 babies. These are the belts here. I look at them every day. Every time I go to sleep, I look at them. Family is most important. Not only my immediate family, my cousins and aunts and uncles, we're so close. It's such a great feeling to have these events like my boxing events, because when I fight, man, everyone's there. It's almost like a family reunion.
Heavenly Father, right now, in the name of Jesus, Lord, we just ask you to bless this family, Lord, bless all the things.
During the Laura camp, I suffered an injury, and it was something I was kind of trying to ignore, but it got to the point I couldn't ignore it anymore. But it was shortly after that, after the fight, where I felt that the cortisone shots were wearing off too fast, and I said, man, maybe I'm making my shoulder a lot worse by just continuing to get these shots. I have to get something done. So we came up with a decision to get surgery. Now I'm heading over to the chiropractor where he continued to adjust me and just look over things and make sure I'm not doing anything in the gym to re-injure my shoulder.
I want to check the strength around that shoulder first. So let's bring the arm out this way. I'm going to press down. I want you to resist me and resist. Good. And I'll bring it down to your side. And I want you to push your arm out against me. Go ahead, resist. And I'm going to push down, resist. Good, just relax there. So I'm going to use a technique now called Graston. And I'm going to glide this instrument right across the muscle. And this is how we break up scar tissue. This is how we reduce muscle tension, especially after his heavy workouts. Laser is light therapy. Go ahead and put those on for me. Light therapy designed to reduce inflammation and promote healing in the soft tissue in and around that area where his ribs are. Treatment only lasts about maybe 3 or 4 minutes.
It's a little heat feeling, it's not anything that hurts or anything, but you can feel the heat on you.
Well, the light penetrates the skin, penetrates the soft tissue, and it goes to the site of inflammation, interacts with the cell membrane to reduce swelling. Most importantly, promotes healing. I'm going to work on decompressing the lower spine. I'm going to do that with my table.
I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's age or what's going on, man, but when I wake up, it's times I feel a little stiff. And going to Dr. Solano, man, it's like putting WD-40 on a rusty bike chain.
All right, same thing here. Deep breath
And he
in.
adjusts me, man.
All the way out. Didn't take much on that
It
one.
makes you feel brand new.
Needed that. On your back.
I'll be back to normal.
All set, champ.
I started fighting at the age of 15, you know, in and out of the gym. It was kind of something to do for me. Growing up, I kind of got into fights in school, middle school, and in high school. And my father was kind of not forcing me to go to the gym, but saying, man, stay in the gym, you got something, Jared. And once I got to about 18 years old, I graduated and I stopped boxing. And then when I stopped, I was going to college in Southern Maryland and working at Safeway. And then, you know, my trainer, Thomas Brown, always called me and say, man, why you working that job? You know how to fight, you don't need to work that job. And I was like, I'm gonna come back, Tom, I'm gonna come back. Really probably didn't have no intention to coming back no time soon. But when I got a call from my older brother while I was working at Safeway, only job I ever had in my life, he called me and said, man, Tom died. In the back of the Safeway, I started crying right inside the freezer. I told my manager, she let me take the rest of the day off. And I was just like, man, for Tom, I'm gonna give him one more shot. So his funeral came up. I saw Ernesto there and I was like, man, what you think about training me? And Ernesto was trained by Tom also. And he said, man, Jared, you ain't no serious fighter. You get hurt in this sport playing around. You don't want to take it serious. I said, nah, for real, I'm gonna take it serious. I'm gonna do it one more time for Tom. He said, Jared, man, you don't want to be a fighter because fighters don't take days off. You gotta be in the gym constantly 24/7 if I'm training. I said, that's I promise if you train me, I would be in the gym and give it full time. And he said, all right, here's the thing. Win, lose, or draw, whatever you do, we're gonna have a few amateur fights and we're gonna turn you professional. But you gotta stay dedicated. You gotta be in the gym year round.
Come out with the right. Whoa.
My past 3 fights, I was to kind of walk him down. Frankenstein's type Terminator guy. And he's working on more stamina. It's basically volume punching.
3-piece. Good. Bring under.
We wasn't really focusing too much on defense.
Bro, get your stuff on. Today we're gonna be working on some defense drills with Jaleel Hackett. He's a young amateur fighter, one of our outstanding fighters from the DMV area. He came in today to give us some volume punching. He's one of the best at doing it, and that's why he's here today.
Guy Jason Welborn that I'm facing, he's a kind of come forward guy. So in this fight, I want to show a lot more of my defense, and it starts in the gym.
How you feel? Pull up and bite, buddy. How you feel, good? Listen, when he get in the inside, wrap one arm up. Wrap one arm. Touch it. Let it up, wrap the other arm. See what he gonna do with it. Okay. Push him back. You can turn him around, push him back. Pop down to the body and touch him. A little bit, all right? Let's go.
Sparring was a little different for me. We was working on defensive drills. We're not trying to get in there with guys that's trying to take my head off. It's a drill. It's sparring.
Right there. There you go, like that, just like that.
The guy Jaleel who came, man, and helped me out, he's a great fighter, man, as you can see. And it's best to use guys like amateur because those are the guys that throw punches and bunches.
Put the blue on. Good. 30 seconds.
30 seconds drill. 30 second drill.
There you go. Good. Ah, go away. You know, we're coming down to the last 3.5, 4 weeks of training camp. He's moving pretty good. Weight coming down pretty good. Speed is picking up. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for December 1st. I think you guys are going to see a good Jarrett Hurd, punching power, speed. We're looking to make a statement and hopefully prepare for the Jamel fight within the near future.
Talk about the nickname. Man, the nickname Swift. No miraculous story behind it. I was just in the house one day and trying to think of a nickname, you know. We was thinking of Jarrett Absurd Hurd, Jarrett 24 Karat. And the next morning I got up, you know, doing the chores like I usually do. And my mother wanted me to mop the kitchen. And I was using a Swift or wet jet. And I said, Ma, I know my name gonna be Swift. She said, Swift. I said, yeah. She said, why? I said, because I cleaned up. And I'm going to clean up my division. And we laughed about it, but then I started putting it on my shorts. You know, my mother made my first trunks for my professional debut. And I started putting it on my shorts, and Swift was the name. But Ross Malavinsky. That's my guy, man. Every time I see him, I tell him, man. They gave me an opportunity that it was hard for me to get at first. No one gave it to me. No one allowed me to fight on their cards. I was known as the guy that always get tired in the third round. We gave Ross a call, and he immediately got on it and said, man, if you guys want to fight, you can fight on my card. See Ross dressed up, you got on the Swift. Oh, yeah. My professional debut, I was so nervous, man. I was like, man, we're fighting with no headgear, we're fighting with small gloves. And I went out there and got a first round knockout.
Jarrett didn't talk much back then. He was real quiet, but Ernesto approached me about putting him on some cards. We did. We put him on one, and the way it worked with us was everything was about selling tickets, and Jarrett always brought a good crowd. So we just kept it going. I mean, it was the natural talent was obvious. We knew we had something with him. He had a good fan base, and he kept winning. So we just stuck with him until he got to a level where he was able to sign with, Al Heyman.
Turn into an animal.
One thing for sure, when I look at those pictures, I see a kid that just fighting to be a main event on a local card, man. And then for me to become a unified world champion, #1 in my weight class, it's words can't explain it.
Y'all see that good-looking guy up there? Y'all get him? Right there, in the blue. That's a good-looking guy, man. That's me.
He got a beautiful car home, but don't put his bucket on. Please don't.
We definitely will be attendance on the Charlo's doubleheader in Brooklyn. He's facing another one of my opponents, so of course we got to compare the two. He also fought Austin Trout. Now he's fighting Tony Harrison. I'm not sure if this is, his strategy to, kind of compare how he lines up with me. But, it's all psychological, man. He's probably trying to mentally prepare himself to say, man, okay, if I can do this to Tony Harrison and Jarrett can do it. Charlo boys, man, keep running your mouth. Those guys, man, it's like, I don't know how to explain that, man. They got a switch. They'll be all one way. The next thing you know, they turn this way. I don't know what to call them. I see right through it. I told myself, no matter what, I'm not stepping up and wait till I fight him. Jamel, I got the date. 2019. Oh, he's definitely worried for one thing, for sure. He's worried now. You can tell how his whole demeanor. He went from my win over Tony Harrison. He called me out after the Hadley fight. He said, we got to fight with Hurd. We can make that happen.
What would you like to do next?
They got a guy named Jarrett Hurd that took my brother's title. We can unify.
And then his fight after Lubin, and I fought Austin Trout. He was calling me out then.
Give me Hurd. I want Hurd.
Come on, locker room. But after I beat Erisnane Lara, he was talking a little bit, but it's when he saw that the Trout fight wasn't so easy, and I was able to stop him.
That's it?
You know what?
Jarrett Hurd has stopped Austin Trout.
He got a majority decision. Is what he quiet down. He stopped talking. He don't say too much now. You know, he's more of the fight gonna happen. The fight gonna happen. He's not calling me out. He's not rushing it. He's mentally done right now, man. He knows that it's something about this guy Jarrett that doesn't have a prettiest style, doesn't have the fastest hands, not the strongest guy, but he knows how to win, and he knows that.
What's up, man? Long time no see.
Hey, how y'all doing, bro?
Good.
I'm gonna say this. Who's student B?
Laura.
That was it.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
I remember you when you first came to old school, when it first got started.
Gotcha.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing. It ain't no game.
Well, we December 1st out in LA. Gets a guy from the UK. Yeah. My man, 4K.
What's up, ugly?
The mohawk came, man. First, I had black hair. I think it was after the Oscar Molina fight where my hair was kind of long and I was debating this, should I go back to the haircut? But I want to do something different, man. And I ended up dyeing it brown. After that, I dyed it more and it became blonde. And the reason why I kept it is because when I fought, people recognized me for my hair. They'd say, I seen you fight on TV. Yeah, I remember that blonde mohawk. And I said, oh yeah, man, this thing drawing attention. There's no way I'm cutting it now. We usually wake up and run in the morning, but we have so much training going on. I feel like a long run during the morning, it kind of drains you and kind of makes you feel not in the mood to work out throughout the rest of the day. So, we switch it up and train our running to nighttime. Like always, every time we go on the treadmill, type of one of their fights, study this is my homework right here. The Swift Challenge, man. People see me working, and after one of my runs, I wear a sweatsuit, and I released all the sweat out of my sweatsuit. And I was like, man, if you're a hard worker out here, and if you really out here sweating and putting in that work, send me a video, #Swift Challenge, and I'll repost you. And next thing you know, man, everybody starts sending me these videos. The Swift Challenge right here. The Swift Sweat Challenge, this is what I was talking about. See that wet floor. Swift Sweat Challenge, baby. Hard work. I set small term goals, and so far I've reached them all. Everyone, of course, wanted to become a world champion and one day fight on pay-per-view and things like that. Those are goals that I wanted to reach. But my main goals in life, after this boxing game, I want to be remembered as me. I don't want to be compared to other fighters. I don't want to be the next Floyd Mayweather. I don't want to be the next Sugar Ray Leonard. I don't want to be the next anyone. I want to be the next Swift Jarrett Hurd.